Hi folks, how you all doing? Crustus6 here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I hope you enjoyed my video. What did you think of my new intro? Was it good? I think there was a little bit of the old Matrix thrown in there. But anyway, never mind all that jargon, all that malarkey. Let's go on with today's gameplay. We are in the T40, the Tier 4 for fun on Malinovka. This is a great little tank. Now, I know Wargaming are talking about nerfing this little thing. Whether it needs it or not, it doesn't. I don't think it does, but it's Wargaming, isn't it? They can't leave things alone. If something works and people are having fun in it, they can't have that now, can they? They can't be letting you have too much fun in this game. I mean, you know, you don't make many credits as it is, and when you do make credits, it's usually not enough. Unless you're one of these unicorn players that manages to do a shed load of damage every game and earns hundreds and hundreds of thousands of silver. I'm not one of them, funnily enough. But the little T40, it's such a great tank. And I was on this game here with my real good buddy, T40 who's a very, very good player. And I've said that in many, many videos in the past. He is a very, very good player. So it's a pleasure teaming up with him. Yeah, so Malinovka, it's one of them maps, isn't it? It's big, wide open. There's one artillery. And the Tier 4 tiers, I just think they're a lot more fun. You find yourself a couple of little Tier 4s, and you know when the games are just crap and garbage, and you just don't seem to be doing well in it, and you just think, oh god, I can't be bothered. Go and play some Tier 4s, because I think you'll have a lot of fun, especially in the T40. Brilliant little tank, and I really hope Wargaming don't nerf it too much. But it's one of these things, isn't it? Wargaming just can't leave well alone. But there you go. So I managed to finish off all 3 of the battle passes, and I've now got 21 tokens, and I'm 3 short of getting the Cobra, which I really want to get my hands on. I'm hoping they're going to bring out one of these extra little bonus pass things that you can earn the extra tokens in to get that Cobra. It doesn't make much sense though, does it? I mean, why would you put a tank in the game that is, alright, it's got high burst damage and all that kind of stuff, but why would you put it at 24 tokens and you do all the 3 battle passes and you only get 21 tokens? What's the sense in that? Surely they've got to give you some incentive to try and get towards it, i.e. the battle pass, and you don't earn enough tokens in order to buy the tank that you really, really want. That doesn't make sense to me. So come on, Wargaming, sort it out. Give us that little extra battle pass at the end of August so that we can get enough tokens to get that Cobra. You do see a few of them around, so obviously some people have got enough tokens to get it, of course, but I'm not one of them, which is a bit annoying because last year when they brought the battle pass out and I got the tokens and you know, I ended up getting the Kunze Panzer and all that kind of stuff, and that was good, and the K91, which I wasn't overly keen on. But I don't know about you, but I find for me personally, when I get up into Tier 9s and 10s, and this is probably just a testament to how crap I am, an average Joe pub player. I never, even then, you know, the K91, I wasn't enjoying it at all. I thought, oh, this is going to be great, and I saw it in a game, and I thought, oh, that looks a good tank. I might have to see if I can get hold of that. And sure enough, I managed to get hold of it in the end. But it was a bit of a letdown for me, in all fairness. The gun arc on it is just atrocious. The gun depression, even more so. Good accurate cannon, but it just wasn't for me. And I do enjoy playing tank destroyers. Don't like playing artillery as much, I've got to be honest, because I only ever play artillery just to do my missions. And if they were to take the missions, the artillery out of the missions, I'd never go near artillery because I loathe them, as you probably got that impression from my last whinging moaning video about artillery in my VZ55. But I had a fairly decent game, and I might bring you the footage of that in the VZ55 on Prokhorovka. So if you'd like to see that, give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. It always helps in the algorithm. So if you'd like to help the channel, then by all means do that. I'd be very, very appreciative. Thank you very much, and love you long time. $10. That's what I'm saying, $10. But anyway, yeah, so this turned out to be a fairly decent game for me. And that's what I'm saying about tier 4s, is I generally tend to have a lot of fun in the tier 4s. And if you're a new player starting out, then, that's the place to start. Play tier 4s and 5s. Forget about going up all the tech tree and trying to rush up to tier 9 and 10 as quick as possible, because I'll tell you the reasons why. And this is no bullshit from me. This is the reasons why I would strongly recommend, if you're a new player to this game and you're thinking, oh yeah, I really want to get up to tier 10, which it's a natural progression, of course it is. But take your time to learn the game in tier 4s and tier 5s and start looking at where people go on the maps and where the main battles take place and what type of vehicles are getting involved in the main battles. Whether it's the heavies, or whether it's a tank line, a tank heavy line, that's a certain part of the map, and mediums and lights and all that kind of stuff. And I'd just play that to death until you know it back to front, inside and out, upside down. Because that will really, really assist you later on when you do get up the tech tree line. And I think I kind of wished I hadn't tried to rush up the tech tree line. And I haven't, if that makes sense. I've got a lot of premium vehicles, but for me, they're about making silver. Really is what I like doing in the game, is making silver, earning XP, with a view of unlocking, obviously, new tanks in the tech tree. Which I think is a natural progression, isn't it? I think it is anyway. What do you think? But I guess this is a thing, isn't it? Because I was playing the console for a fair few years before fully transitioning over to the PC variant of World of Tanks. And on the console, I think I had about 75,500 battles or something like that. So I've kind of unlocked pretty much every tank in the game, played every tank to death and all that kind of stuff. So the progression for me is when I came over to the PC, it didn't have that same sort of appeal to me for wanting to rush up the tech tree lines. I knew there were certain tanks that I was really interested in getting up in the higher tiers, like the Progetto 65, the Grille 15, the VZ 55, the E4, which are really good tanks for me. And so I wouldn't say I'm a seasoned player, far from it, certainly not on the PC anyway, but I'm kind of at that sort of stage in the tanking career, if you like, where I kind of been there, done it on the console, and so I had a better idea of where I wanted to go on the PC. So I'm not really in any rush to try and get up to all of the tech tree lines on all the different nations and all the different tanks. And yeah, of course, eventually I'll get there, but I'm not in any rush for it, to be quite honest. So I'm just really trying to master and enjoy playing the tanks that I've currently got and using my premiums for making silver. So there's a nice little tip for you. If you are new to this game, and if you're a seasoned player, you'll understand exactly what I'm about to say. If you get yourself some decent tier 8 premium vehicles, something like the Scorpion G, the Su-130 PM, tanks like that generally tend to make you a fair bit of silver. And then the Shrek tank, as I like to call it, which is the SHVP or whatever they call it, is it Swedish or Czechoslovakian, the tank destroyer, the new one that's just come out. They're all very, very good tanks, but more importantly, they're very, very good at making you credits. So I would say concentrate on building up your credit base and try and get as much free XP as you possibly can, because later on down the line, when you are trying to unlock tanks in the tech tree that you might fancy, it just makes it a little bit easier, if that makes sense. You still got to grind it out. You still got to, do the battles and all that kind of stuff to unlock all the different parts. But for me, it just makes it a bit easier. And I think if you're playing tier 4s and tier 5s for a while, as tempting as it is to try and say, I'm just going to carry on and go up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I want to get there. I know what I'm doing now. I can assure you, chances are 9 times out of 10, you probably don't, unless you're an exceptional player that's a upcoming budding unicum, somebody like Skills for You, who's very, very good at this game and knows these maps back to front. But he didn't just do that overnight. He's done that through many, many battles and learning by his mistakes and all that kind of stuff. And you've got people like Quickie Baby that have been playing this game from the year dot. Again, I'm sure Quickie Baby's put some videos out there to show that what he was like when he first started playing and making mistakes and all that kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure, if you were to ask them, they would probably give you the same advice. And that is, start at the lower tiers, keep playing them until you get so confident with it and no fear with it, and you know exactly all about the armor statistics and the different shell types and all that kind of stuff, and angling and side scraping and hiding in bushes and double bushed and on reverse side scraping, all that kind of thing. And once you've learnt all of that and you've played, a fair few thousand battles, I think, that's the time when you can start thinking, right, now I'm going to start working my way up the tech tree line. The main point of all of that is that you're going to know the maps inside out pretty much, or you're going to know where to go on the maps. And it's just going to give you more of a better experience within the game. Because this game, I would suggest this game is like a game of golf. You get your set of clubs, and you go and have a few lessons, and you go onto the green and you start onto the tee off and you hit this ball and you know where you want this thing to go, and you take your first shot and it goes in the complete opposite direction as to where you wanted it to go to. Well, this game is exactly the same. And that is that there's a lot of variables within this game that are so irritatingly annoying, like the RNG, like the artillery, and there's a lot of this game that will irritate you and annoy you, and even seasoned players that have been playing this since the year dot, I'm pretty sure they've just sat there and just sighed and lost the rag with the game, because I know I have, that's for sure. But that's my advice to you, is take your time, play in tier 4s and 5s, learn your craft, and then just slowly progress up the tech tree line, if that makes sense. But, what do I know? I'm just a pub player. I'm nothing special. I can just give you sort of the experiences that I've had within this game, that's for sure. And again, another little bit of advice is go onto YouTube and watch people like Cricky Baby, Skills for You, and the famous Klaus Kellerman. Klaus is a very, very good player. He says that he's just an average Joe player, but he's a bit special. He's a very, very good player. And I love his YouTube videos. So go over to his channel and subscribe to his channel, and Skills and Cricky Baby and all that kind of stuff, because they are very, very good players and you'll learn lots from them. Skills for You, he's on the extreme level. He's on a much higher echelon of players within the game, that's for sure. But his videos are very, very good. And if you watch how he plays and how he plays all the different types of tanks, then slowly over a period of time you start to understand his thought process on what he's doing, because he's very good at talking you through what he's thinking at the time. So go check him out, because he's very, very good. And remember to hit that like and subscribe for him, because they deserve it. They really, really do. But anyway, we're on to this game. We've only got 2.5 minutes left. There's 3 tanks left: the TOG, the T40 85M, and the artillery, the dreaded artillery, which is a tier 6, I think it was. So the thing for me with this tank is it's got no armour. It's got 0 armour, but what it has got going for it is, one, its speed. It can shift around, and its cannon. Cannon is very, very good on this tank. It's pretty accurate, reloads fast, doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it's only a tier 4 at the end of the day. But it's just one of them tanks that you just have a lot of fun in. It really is one of them tanks that you just think, yeah, I enjoyed that game. And that's what you want out of the game, isn't it? You want to be able to say, oh yeah, I enjoyed that game, that was a good game, instead of saying, oh no, not another crap game again. And I had it I think it was last week, both Booty and I were playing in the game, excuse me, and I think we had something like 12, 13 losses on the trot. It was painful, and in the end we just said, oh, stuff this, and we switched off and called it an early night. But it gets that way, doesn't it, with the RNG and all that kind of stuff, the fixed gameplay, as I call it, where it's predetermined as to who's going to win and who's going to lose, as that little clock is ticking down to start the battle. But what do I know? I don't know anything. I know nothing. You think I know nothing? I tell you, I know all. So all that's left is the artillery. So hopefully get to take this artillery piece out, because you know my feelings on artillery. So I'm just making my way towards it. It's a bit of a race now, isn't it? Wacky races. Remember that? I'm showing my age now. The wacky races. I used to love that. That was a great cartoon when I was a youngster. I used to watch that every week. It was great. Catch the pigeon. Yeah, I'm just showing my age. But anyway, just trying to find the artillery, and hopefully should be just about around here, because that's normally where they go, because they don't like moving artillery to the SPGs. And there he is. See if we can take him out. But anyway, guys, I'll call it there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like and a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.